What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Why? Well, members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you'll receive a notification every time that I drop a video, and you can go and check the video out. Leave a comment on the videos and leave a like. It helps with the algorithm. We're trying to move the channel forward. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I was saddened when I read the comments and I heard people saying, rest in peace, Bonnie Hanna in peace to Cheeseball. When I mentioned him in a video I did yesterday or so and said that I was locked up, or a couple of days ago, and I was locked up with Cheeseball in the dorm. I did not know that Cheeseball had passed away. Me and Cheeseball had also hooked up on the street. He had texted me. I saw him on the street. We exchanged numbers. And then he texted me one time and told me that his people was going through something over there in the A-Trays, in the A-Tray Hoovers. And could I take care of it for him? You know, tell the homies to bag up or whatever. Something was going on over there. I'm not going to get into it. But the situation was taken care of. Cheeseball was a good dude, a strong individual. Bonnie Hanna, and I figured I'd bring y'all a story about Cheeseball, since I had brought him up, and I did not know that he had passed away, and I actually dropped a few tears this morning when I found that out, when I heard about that, because that shit hurt, and it hurts when, losing all of these brothers that we don't need to be losing. This unnecessary shit, this unnecessary violence that plagues the black man, that oftentimes seems insurmountable and causes so much misery. Sometimes it's hard to deal with emotionally for a lot of people, myself included. And thank you in the comments for clarifying that the Mac that I was talking about, it was not Groove Mac. A couple of people said that it's a Groove Mac. I said I was in the dorm with Groove Mac. I know all of the Groove Macs. Little Baby, those are my boys, my partners. So no, H Mac. And I did know that he had passed away, as I said, that he was resting in peace. I don't know how I couldn't remember that was the homie Baby H Mac from 9-4. Yes, the homie Baby H Mac, a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the homie Baby H Mac, a rider. Thank you again in the comments for clarifying that. And thank you for letting me know that Cheeseball had passed away. Again, I didn't know that Heavy D, when I brought the story about Heavy D from Grape Street and YTS, a couple of weeks ago, people were saying in the comments that he passed away. I didn't know that he had passed away. I didn't know that. Crazy, man. But Cheeseball was a big dude. Bonnie Hanna, Cheeseball was a big dude. He was close to my size. He had size on him, and he was tall also, and he had a little fro. Cheeseball was younger than me by a few years, so at that time I believe Cheeseball was maybe he might have even been in his late 20s. We was in the dorm together in 2010 in 5600. He may have been like 28 years old at that time. And I know that I was like 36 or something. So yeah, he might have been maybe 29. And when I came and took over the dorm, I conferred with Cheeseball often. Him being a strong dude on the blood side. And him and I got along real well. We used to kick it every day. I mean, a real strong dude. We worked out together, and a real partner of mine. I believe I may have told you before about this dude from Original Front Hood, Compton, that was in the dorm with us. Tall, I don't recall his name, but a tall, brown skin, sort of on a thinner side. And one time we were in the Compton court tanks, and he smashed a dude's head in from Pyru. They had gotten into it. They knew each other. And the dude already had a metal plate in his head. And this shit was crazy, man. I'm going to have to bring y'all that story. I know y'all say I'm going to bring stories and I end up forgetting it, going to something else and not bring them. My bad. I'm going to bring that story, though. Because it was crazy. This shit was crazy, bro. You know. But Cheeseball found out about that. About what had happened in the court tanks, in the Compton court tanks, with this dude from Front Hood and the dude from Pyru. And felt like the dude from Front Hood had taken advantage of the dude from Pyru because he had some sort of disability. I'll get into that. But Cheeseball said that he was going to let that go. That wasn't necessarily his business, though he was a Damu, which is a blood. You know, he didn't have any problems, even though he was from a Watts blood gang. He was more concerned with Watts Crips, I believe, than he was with Compton Crips. But he didn't appreciate what had happened. He did ask me. I didn't tell him what happened. He had gotten word already what happened in the court tanks. The word gonna travel fast. He a blood. He gonna know what happened. Even though this shit is happening every day, all the day in different situations there in the county jail. Still something like that because he had bashed the dude's head in, it's gonna get back. So it got back to Cheeseball. And Cheeseball said, you were in the court tanks when this shit happened, basically. Right? I said, yeah. He asked me what happened. I told him what happened. I told him what I saw. He said, okay. Again, he said, I'm not gonna trip on a dude. I'm gonna let the Pyrus handle that. They gonna handle that, bro. They gonna holler at that dude. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them handle it. I said, okay, cool. You know, it is what it is. But now again, once again, we're shooting dice. It's over a dice game. Right here in 5600, right here in the dorm, it's the same situation, bro. We're shooting dice. And now, whatever the dynamics were, Front Hood, the same dude that did what he did in the court tank, he didn't get into it with a blood over the dice game. I don't even remember who it was. All I remember is the main characters in this situation. And one of the bloods in the dorm. He rushed him. The dude from Front Hood, just like H-Mac had jumped up and rushed old boy, the dude from Front Hood. Now, him and Cheeseball were cool, the dude from Front Hood. And I'm believing he's thinking that because Cheeseball hadn't done nothing about what he did in the court tanks, that he's just going to mind his business on all of these sort of situations. That's not the case. Because Cheeseball, he has the heart of a lion. Now, clearly, Front Hood, he's no coward. I've seen him in action. I seen what he did in the court tanks. And, you know, just the way he carries himself, he's carrying himself like a strong individual there in the county jail. For sure. I've seen no weaknesses, no glaring weaknesses whatsoever. But whether you and Cheeseball are cool or not, he can't just sit there now in front of him. What you did in the court tanks is one thing, but now in front of his own two eyes and watch you pummel upon one of his homies of a lesser stature. Because that's what it was. The blood, the Damu that they had taken off on had no chance. He was a little dude, bro. But Cheeseball is a big dude. So Front Hood took off on him. He rushed him. They squabbling. The Damu is a little dude, but he fighting back. And Cheeseball, who happened to be coming around the corner, he wasn't even right there at the dice game. He heard the tumbling, he heard what was going on, and he looked and he saw what was going on, and he ran down the tier, or he ran down a little aisle, where we were right there shooting dice, and he rushed Front Hood. You know what I'm saying? Cheeseball, clearly he was upset because he began to pummel upon him about the head area. He got Front Hood on the ground and he grabbed his throat and he was shaking him. Like, man, who you think I am? You think you do this in front of me, bro? Who you think I am? Front Hood, he was trying to grab Cheeseball back. He was trying to grab him by the throat back. It wasn't happening though. Cheeseball is a big dude. But Cheeseball got up off of him and told him to get up. He let him up. Front Hood got up. And they locked up. Cheeseball did drop him. Because again, he's a strong individual, bro. And he was upset at this time. He had taken umbrage to Front Hood attacking one of his homeboys right here in the dorm over a dice game. And attacking him in front of him, or at least knowing that he's in the dorm while he's doing this. It's one thing if you're going to attack other Bloods in the court tanks and I'm not there, and y'all have certain different politics there in Compton. But you're going to attack them right here in front of me, now that's going to be a different situation. Now, Cheeseball was already upset about what had happened in the court tanks. So I'm sure that had something to do with his response. He attacked him. He got on him. And Front Street squabbled back up, but Cheeseball dropped him. Or Front Hood. If I said Front Street, Front Hood. He dropped him, and he went belly up. And that was the end of it. You know, they Front Hood let it go, and Cheeseball let it go. And that was it. But now it was a young dude from Kelly Park in there as well, in the dorm. I don't know his name either. A little light-skinned dude with waves. And he had just gotten into the dorm. And when Cheeseball rushed Front Hood, came running down the aisle and rushed Front Hood, and they squabbled up, Kelly Park jumped in and started swinging on Cheeseball. It was somewhat of a melee. But Cheeseball still managed to get Front Hood on the ground. But Kelly Park did jump in and help out a Front Hood because Cheeseball, was on him. So now it's basically a 2-on-2 with the Bloods and the Crips. They could have went further than that, but they was all like, let them just handle that real quick. And they handled it, because normally it'd just go up, because there was plenty of Bloods in the dorm. And there was plenty more Crips in the dorm. And it just would have went up for sure. But everybody just let them handle that real quick. And they handled it, and that was the end of it. Man, rest in peace of Cheeseball, though, that's what happened there. Cheeseball, he squabbled up. He had a couple of fights in the dorm. H-Mac had a few fights in that dorm, and H-Mac was in 5500 before he came to 56. He came over there to 5600 because of some fights that he got into over there in 55 or 5400. They both was in there doing their stuff, getting into a lot of situations, And again, I had I knew H-Mac had passed, but I did not know that Cheeseball had passed away. I know I probably didn't tell that story the way I normally tell stories. I kind of rushed it because I just wanted to get it out. That story about Cheeseball. Once I found out through the comments that he had passed away, because again I didn't know that. Crazy. Cheeseball from Bonnie Hunter. Big Cheeseball from Bonnie Hunter. Rest in peace to him, man. And rest in peace to baby H-Mac from 94 Hoover, as I said. Brother's gone too soon. We all can do better, need to do better to change the dynamics in the ghettos across America that's unaliving our brethren. That's the bottom line. But that's what happened there. Front Hood, like I said, I'm going to have to tell you what happened with Front Hood in that court tank. That was some of the craziest shit I ever seen. Some of the most, gruesome. That shit bothered me. You know what I'm saying? The way that shit went down, it bothered me. That shit bothered me. It still bothers me, bro. Like I can just still see it in my head. What happened there? That it was bad. That was one of the worst ones I ever seen, bro. If not the worst, it was one of the worst for sure. But I will bring that. I will. I won't forget, because it was crazy. I'm gonna see if I can think of Front Hood's name as well before I tell that story. I ain't trying to hide behind nothing. And in the meantime, stay free, people.